When we finally got Kale introduced, everybody and their mother was trying to ship Kale with OG Broly. Now, when we got DBS Broly, when we got the trailers, there really wasn't much talk about shipping these two together, and once we saw the movie and saw that Chilai was Broly's girl, a lot of us left well enough alone. There was really no shipping of these two characters, and most people liked the fact that Broly had Chilai by his side. And I think that has to do with the fact that Chilai is a really good character, and Kale hasn't been represented correctly or really written correctly in my opinion, and has a lot of room for improvement. But today I'm going to be showing you guys a very short Dragon Ball fan manga that shows what would happen if Broly met Kale. And when I say short, emphasis on short.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss a video. These are today's hashtag end of video squad winners. If you would like to win, make sure to watch till the very end of this video. Drop your comment with the hashtag end of video squad for a chance to be featured in my next video. It is true, even though Kale throughout the Tournament of Power got better and better because of her sisterhood with Caulifla, she was still very shallow, very surface level, and not very likable. And that's more than likely the reason that people didn't really think quickly to ship Kale with our new DBS Broly and left the shipping of those two characters, the original Broly, alone. But today we're going to be talking about what if Kale met Broly, what would the relationship be like, and what would develop from this, because this is a tremendous possibility. This can actually happen, guys. They are both canon, they are both in sister universes, they basically are next door neighbors. It's impossible to think that the writers of future arcs would just completely miss the opportunity to not ship these characters together, but at least have them meet. Obviously, you don't want to remove Chilai out of the equation because she does so much for Broly, and I've talked about that in another video, how much she actually developed Broly's character. So we don't want to move her out of the way, and she is still bae, but Kale has a lot of potential. And I have a question for you guys. I know usually I ask these questions at the very start of the video, but I have a question for you guys now. Let me know your answer in the comment section below. Does Broly have Kale's power? Meaning, does Broly have Universe 7's version of the Berserker state that Kale has? Remember, Broly, the original Broly, has basically the exact same power that Kale has. DBS Broly, on the other hand, has like an added version of it. Like, he's got like an intermediate version that maybe makes his version more powerful because he's got the Hikaru state. The Hikaru state is the go-between between his normal state and the legendary Berserker form. But is it really Berserker? Does Broly have the Berserker form? That is the question that I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section below, because it is extremely interesting to talk about, because it is extremely important for this scenario that I'm about to draw out. The scenario of these two meeting and what may develop, because if they have very similar abilities and transformations, this is going to go a lot smoother, and I think that they do. Now, the comic that I'm talking about here, the Dragon Ball fan manga, is this one, and this is the only page. Yes, I told you guys this is going to be short, unlike this video, but I wanted to dive into it and make my own case on this. This is a very short Dragon Ball fan manga, and I've translated it, and it's only got really 2 sentences of translation to it. It's extremely short. So in this scenario, we see Kale obviously meeting Broly, and Kale at the top says, "You are shaking, her voice is shaking, her body is shaking, and then Broly is just intimidating, towering above her, looking down at her, and Broly responds, Broly. That is it. That is all we got. But that is enough to base an entire scenario from, guys. This is beautifully drawn by Ashi, and I just love the artwork here. I love the differences in size between Kale and Broly. Even though Broly seems to be on the shyer side, he isn't timid in the sense like Kale is. Kale is completely scared of everything. Like, she's scared of her own shadow. Broly, on the other hand, he's just quiet. He's very secluded. He likes solitude. He's feral at times. That is his characteristics. Kale is living in the shadow of Caulifla, and she doesn't have any self-confidence whatsoever, even though she gained some in the Tournament of Power. In this scenario, she's meeting Broly, and it seems like, just based off this short fan manga, that she has been told about Broly maybe all this time. She has been told about Broly, and maybe she was on a trek, on an adventure to find him. Maybe she was told that Broly has a similar power, just like her. So she went to go find him, and finally, this is their moment that they meet. And I think it's really interesting that Ashi decided to draw Broly with the Saiyan armor. I personally like that a lot. I love Broly's design. This is probably the best design, original design, I guess, that we've gotten from Dragon Ball Super, in my opinion. Next would obviously be Goku Black for me, but Goku Black is basically just Goku with a different outfit. I like Goku Black's outfit, but they really had to redesign Broly 100%, and I definitely like the direction that they went. But when you add that armor, that intimidating factor that Broly is a soldier, or at least looks like one, it definitely changed the way you look at this Dragon Ball fan manga. So Kale is shaking, and she is nervous to meet Broly, and she finally does. So what happens next? Well, obviously, in my opinion, she's meeting Broly on Vampa in this scenario. They're meeting together on Vampa, and she meets Broly, and she's intimidated, but Broly isn't going to be a jerk or a dick or anything like that. Broly is just curious as to who she is, and that is how the relationship starts off. He's curious, she talks to him, tells him that she's from a different universe, Universe 6, different Saiyans, Saiyans that he doesn't know, and he probably has to come up to speed with the fact that there are multiple universes. And I think that their shyness together is, or I guess Broly's solitude and her shyness, won't really mix too well. I mean, it's not like they're gonna have like sparkling conversations, but he's gonna ask her probably very directly, why is she here? And then she's gonna tell him, well, I heard that you have a similar power than mine, and I'm trying to reach out and see somebody that's very similar to me. Kale at this point has learned how to control her Berserker state at some level. She learned that in the Tournament of Power. I would imagine that after the Tournament of Power, she would delve even deeper into trying to control that with the help of Caulifla. So she has come to terms. She's at a more advanced level than Broly at this point, who still goes Berserk. So she actually has something to teach him, and she just wants to meet him, though. That's the only reason she's there. Right off the bat, guys, Chilai is going to be extremely jealous of Kale. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The main reason I'm saying this is because she's going to see the connection between Kale and Broly. They both have the same or very similar powers, and that is going to put her uneasy. And remember, she's got a thing for Broly. She's got a crush on him. She likes him. Maybe at this point, they're already dating. So she is going to be very protective and territorial. Also, she is a female, and she's going to not really want this other girl around Broly all the time, especially when they have a lot more in common than probably her and Broly do. So that's going to be right off the bat. Next, more than likely, Broly is going to be very interested in seeing Kale, her transformation, what she can do. So she has been practicing. She's going to go into her perfected, quote-unquote perfected form, which is a more controlled version of Berserker, and Broly is going to be immediately impressed with the fact that she can control all that raging energy. Now, she is still working up the hiccups, so if she stays in this state for a little bit too long and she's fighting with it a little bit too long, then she will eventually just explode in rage again. So it's not perfected, but she can kind of hone all that energy, and at this point now, Broly's like, well, you know what, I'm going to show you what I got. he's going to go in Hikari. And in my opinion, Hikari versus her perfected state, I think it's going to be evenly matched. Her perfected state was a really shining point in the Tournament of Power. I think that she is going to be okay at fighting him in this transformation. Now, if Broly goes into the Hikari form plus the Super Saiyan form, then she's going to be in trouble. That is when, and at this point now they're sparring, that is when she is going to be pushed back and start losing control and go into her Berserker state. They're both going to go into Berserker state, and that's not going to be good for anybody on Planet Vampa. And more than likely, other Z fighters are going to have to jump in. Maybe if Caulifla came with Kale, she's going to try to calm her down, and that's going to be the case on that. And it's going to be a really interesting episode. I think that with Kale and Broly together, it makes a really good dynamic, and it makes a really good story. Once they've calmed down, I can see them hanging out where Kale's trying to teach Broly how to kind of perfect Hikari a little bit better. Maybe his version of the controlled state is the Hikari form, but, you know, with yellow and a green aura. Something along those lines. I don't know. I'm making this shit up as I go along. Now, if they were to have like a spin-off quest, a spin-off side mission, a spin-off story, the best villain for them that would actually give them a run for their money, a villain that they can both tag team without it being like a raffle stomp, that would more than likely, in my opinion, be Moro. Moro can absorb all their ki, and they have infinite ki, so it's a perfect match. Plus Moro's strong in his own right, so they could tag team against Moro. Moro would be on the ropes, but he would be eating up their ki and thinking them as smorgasbords, as buffets, and that would be a really cool story in and of itself. But that's the scenario that I have for them meeting and what kind of villain they would fight together. I think that this is a really cool story, and it would add a lot to not only Broly's character, but especially Kale's character. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you made it to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag End Video Squad. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure to drop your comment with that hashtag for a chance to be given a shout out in my next video. Today I'm going to be responding to Banana Man Dragon Ball Legends. Looks at thumbnail and title. Me. Well shit, I would be afraid of that angel too. Yeah, I found this thumbnail and immediately thought that that was probably the creepiest angel from the angel design from Dragon Ball Super, so that's kind of why I wanted to use it. I thought it looked cool. Thank you so much for your comment, Banana Man. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.